What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Sunday fun day with your boy Hidden Gems on Sips and Sniffs. Man, glad to have everybody in the building. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a few more minutes, man. Right now, I see that we got 13 in the chat. 13 in the chat. I'm thankful for every single one of y'all. Right now, your boy trying to clean that gut with a little mushroom coffee. Ooh, man, so good. But yeah, man, as you all know, we are here with another chopping it up with Gems. And in this segment, it's kind of like it is basically our community discussions where we talk to different creators, different connoisseurs in the community that we know of, and some that you might not know of. And we get a little moment, take a little time to further discover about them. All right. And as you could see from the thumbnail, I did, let me go ahead and start off. All right. Let me go ahead and. So I renamed it Chopping It Up with Gems because, this interview is more of a conversational process and whatnot. So, we're going to get a chance to find out a little bit about them, where they are in this space, where they are in this world, family wise, and everything else. But as you all can see from the thumbnail, we got our guy Curtis Nose in here. He's been around the cul-de-sac for a minute. Some of y'all have seen him have further conversation with, I believe, Charm. Shout out to Charm, who is the first one in the chat today. And I believe you've seen him on Tazo's Live. Shout out to Tazo, who we hope to be seeing soon again. But yeah, so, I've been following the guy for a minute. Love his stuff, love his collection. Need to get my nose on some of those houses he's been talking about, but really wanted to bring him up here. Been talking to him off and on for a while, but now is the right time to get to know him and bring him to our space so that y'all can get to know him as well. But let me go ahead and address the chat real quick, so I won't be too long. All right. As stated prior to, of course, Charm was the first one in here, showing a little love to both me and Curtis. He says, son of the day is Moose de Queer by Mason Duroc. All right. Nice. We were talking about that the other day. Percy Chavez, what's going on? No Mercy Percy. What's going on, everybody? Son of the day is Sharon by Tiziana Terenzi. I was watching a clip from somebody who noted that is a chocolate fragrance. And although it is not chocolate, I went back to my decant because I actually had a full bottle of it at one point. And it is vanilla on vanilla on vanilla, but with that tonka bean, and I believe it's another note in there that gives it actually does give it a little chocolatey feel. It's almost like vanilla on top of chocolate on top of vanilla. But good scent. I know you over there smelling delectable. Okay. Hopefully your girl's around to treat you like an edible tonight. But if not, I know you're smelling good. So shout out to you, person. My guy, Will the Thrill. What's going on, man? All right. David Webster in the chat. What's going on, baby? Scent of the day is Game of Spades. Wild card. Okay. Anyone else get a Fruity Pebbles vibe from the opening? That would definitely be something you'd have to ask that boy Walt and Mo, because I know they are big advocates for Game of Spades, man. They like that Joe Milano line. I haven't dived into them recently. I'm thinking about doing it. Mo was talking about one of the discovery sets that they got over here. Sometimes you just need some stuff to talk about. I might go ahead and invest in one of those discovery sets and go from there. But if it has a Fruity Pebble opening, trust me, you're smelling good, my friend. Very nostalgic. All right. What up, Dane? The stepson of the family. All right. Scent of the day is Aaron Terrence Hughes Supernova and a little bit of Italy Musk from Fetty Says. All right. Nice. Yes, please, y'all. If you're in here, go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Sorry, man. It's been a lot going on, man. I hope I'm not catching anything, but you never know nowadays. Everybody's coming down with COVID and whatnot. Alicia, what's going on, sweetheart? All right. What's good? What's good? Going here. D-Main, what's going on? Vertical Squad. Appreciate you, my boy. All right. My guy Byron as well. Good evening. Scent of the night is Africa Oliphant by Nishane. All right. Rob Mack. Looking for a winner, forest, woodsy frag, not sweet. All right. Those in the chat, man, do my boy Rob a favor. Go ahead and help him out, man. Because I right now this is set for an interview, but hey, the beauty of having a family and having a chat in the or having family in the chat is that they pick up the slack when you're lacking, you know. So if anybody sees that, please help my boy out, man. Give him some good recommendations. All right. I'll try and come back to it at the end or towards the middle. All right. Simone, what's going on, beautiful? All right. Sin of the day is Oud Mood. All right. My guy D-Man said, Sin of the day is Salvatore Ferragamo, Aqua Essenzial Blue. Nice little easy, cheapy, quickie. All right. I grab that thing whenever I need to just smell clean. John C. What's good, baby? Rotano by Mason de Eto. All right. Sin of the day. All right. Smelling good, man. Sounding exotic. He's one of the good ones. Hey, I believe it too, man. I believe in his collection. So we're going to see. We're going to get him up here and he's going to show y'all just how good he is. Yes. Rich Money Cash, innovator and originator of the panty pull-upper. Sin of the day is Bodicea the Victorious Hanuman. All right. Twizzy in the chat. What's going on? Dutch here, of course. It's about time, my boy. You've arrived. Yeah, of course. And sin of the day is Aiden Bob Egypt. All right. Let me get to the bottom here. Make sure I don't skip anybody, but still give a shout out to everybody in here. D-Man said package came in early. It arrived Friday. Good, man. Let me know what you think. All right. Amazing Sense, all of them. Your body oil collar. Oh, yes. Awesome. Awesome. Good. I'm glad you like, man. All right. My guy, Selly Sell. What's good, baby? What's going on? John Russo said, evening frag fam. Sin of the day is Royal Flush by Testament London. All right. And John C. with a recommendation to you, my guy. Rob G. Pine in the Sun by Sense of Wood. All right. Nice. Sven, what's going on, man? What's good? What's good? Raph, what's going on? All right. We are at the bottom of the chat, man. And I appreciate y'all for coming out. Before I bring my guy up here, let me go ahead and tell you what my sin of the evening is. Now, it's not what I'm wearing, but it is something that I am testing out so I can try and find these notes, y'all. My homegirl, Tanisha, as y'all have seen in the chat, and she's actually been up here behind camera. She sent me some samples. She's the one that sent me the gift set or the discovery set for El Orchestra. And she's also the one that sent me some decants of several fragrances that I wanted to get my nose on. And one of them was Vanille Plantifolia, okay, by Guerlain. Now, Guerlain Vanille Plantifolia, y'all, for those that know about this, all right, this extrait is beautiful from what everybody else says, all right? I've never smelled it myself, but I wanted to get my nose on it, all right? It was perfumed by Thierry Wasser and Delphine Jelk. All right. Yeah, man. This is nice, y'all. Now, according to Fragrantica, it says the fragrance notes are vanilla, spices, amber, opopanox, and musk. Y'all, it's nice. Ambery, vanillic. All right. I don't really get much spice in a sense of peppery nature or whatnot. It does seem a bit, I guess you would say, a little seasoned, because typically vanilla and amber are more linear scent profiles or linear notes in accords. So there is a little touch of spices, just not sure which ones. But that Opopanox, man, very sudsy. The musk is making it very light, almost aromatic. But that Opopanox is giving it that, I believe this is what's giving it a soapy feel as well as soapy clean feel. Y'all. And they say Opopanox is a sweet, balsamic, warm, spicy fragrance. Or it gives off that odor profile. Man, I'm telling y'all right now, this is vanillic, ambery, soapy, and the ever so softest of spices, all blended so well. I see why a lot of women like this. This is a clean, very clean vanilla. Very clean vanilla and amber, y'all. So I see why, from an artistry standpoint, I see why it costs so much. I'm not sure that I would necessarily buy it, but I see why it costs so much. But y'all, I mean, if I get a 10 mil for maybe over $100, yeah, I get it. This is nice. This is nice. But let me go ahead and get back in here before I bring up my guest, because he is in the back waiting for us. All right. Let me make sure I've addressed everybody that's come in so far. And as far as I can see, so far, so good. Again, appreciate y'all for joining. But go ahead and put your hands together and give a warm welcome to our guy, your guy, my guy, Curtis Knows, man.
Hey, what's good,
Curtis, what's
everyone?
up, baby? How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Just starting the day
Already.
here.
Let me go ahead and get this.
It's about 10 o'clock in the morning on a Monday. So, yeah, just starting the day.
Hey, what better way to start your day than a conversation and a nice little cup of coffee, huh?
Hey, yeah, and it's
Oh
evening
my!
there for you, right? Do you
Oh
usually
yeah,
drink coffee?
I grew up on coffee. Probably
Okay.
when I was in about fifth grade, all the way through high school. I got asthma, so the doctors told me and my mom that coffee would be good for my breathing. And I've been drinking coffee. I drink coffee more. I was drinking coffee more than milk. I drank coffee like it was Kool-Aid at one point. Like anytime we went to a restaurant, IHOP, anything with breakfast or brunch, I'm drinking coffee, and I'm drinking at least 2 cups, easy. You know, so yeah, coffee for me is it's not anymore, not as much anymore, but it's a staple. But this right here is that mushroom coffee. I need to clean out my gut. All right,
Gotcha,
I've been having
man.
some issues, some acid reflux, so I'm trying to clean it up. Some of the mushrooms and everything contained in there, it's supposed to balance some of that. So here we go. We gonna
I've
see.
never tried the mushroom coffee, but I might have to get on board with that. But does caffeine not really affect your sleep at this point anymore?
No, it really doesn't. Really, I ain't gonna lie.
Mm.
Like even when I was working overnight, people be like, just drink some. No, when my body is one that when it's ready to go, it's ready to go. All right.
Yeah.
And caffeine nor anything is gonna keep it from going. I think the only thing that I can do to keep me awake is to start working out. If my adrenaline is up, that's about it. Outside of adrenaline, man, look, ain't nothing working.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. But let me get in here real quick. Let me go ahead and get rid of this background, man, because I want to be able to focus on you in the chat, man. So, Curtis, man, I'm so glad we were able to get you on here, and I say that meaning that I'm glad that I was able to find time to get you in here. All right,
I appreciate it,
because
man.
we've been kind of back and forth, once a month, kind of contacted. Hey, you still down? And man, I'm glad that for the new year, I've been able to create a schedule to open things up. And you and several other people were some of the first people that I thought about, because I've been not just promising, but been wanting to have y'all on here for a minute.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. It's also different with being on a different side of the world, kind of different days, time change and everything. So yeah, I appreciate you getting all this set up. Yeah, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Now, trust me, man, the pleasure's all mine. So, I always start off asking, of course, the most basic of things, in an interview. Hey, man, where did this all start, baby?
Uh in terms of fragrance.
Well, yeah, and let me get a little more specific, because that was very general. So, Matt, well, actually, you know what? Let's just do this. Curtis, tell us a little bit about yourself before we even talk about the origins, because we're going to start with the origins and everything. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, my name's Curtis. Go by Curtis Knows on YouTube. Yeah, I've been living in Japan for about the past 15 years. Hobbies, of course, fragrance, but I also enjoy kind of working out, trying to stay as healthy as I can. I've realized the older I've gotten, the harder I've had to work to kind of maintain a certain level of health. So with health is wealth. If you don't have that, you don't have anything else in this life. So I'm really, that's something I really take seriously. So try to work out every day, go on runs, kind of, just have some time for myself. So yeah, like I said, yeah, I've been living here for the past 15 years, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Japan's an awesome country. So for any of you that are interested to visit Japan and have never been here, I would highly recommend it. Food is great. People are amazing. And just the culture in general is something that, is probably different from your neck of the woods. So it's always good to go out and experience new culture. So yeah.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I'm gonna tell you this, man. Look, I'm gonna be out there soon enough, and I will be in touch with you. I will
Yeah,
definitely
man,
be
please
out
do.
there. It's on my bucket list of countries to visit, man, for sure. Because Lord knows, man, I've seen some of the technology. A lot of people think, I don't know why. Maybe it's just because there's a lot that's not shown until you get deeper into social media or in certain sects of social media,
Yeah.
or you start looking at people that actually do the intense traveling, the vlogs and whatnot. A lot of times you can get a lot of Asian countries mistaken, because you would think that they're the rice fields and whatnot. Kind of like when people look at Africa, they think that they're automatically huts and jungle and whatnot. And
Yeah.
it's funny because some people say, "Oh, it's racist." There are some that, but really and truly, our own people be thinking that if you go to like Tanzania and whatnot, you're gonna be out there living in huts and whatnot. I've talked to grown men in their 30s that think it's like that, and it's just so different, when you actually see these vlogs.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's easy to get swayed by media and to kind of maybe get a false sense of the way something is until you get to go there, or you get to see like those travel bloggers, like you were saying.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's I think travel's a big, something that's quite heavy on my list. Not just travel throughout Japan, but just experiencing the world in general, just the different cultures. I mean, that's something that I love to do. So.
yeah. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing it, man. And please be let me go ahead and address the chat real quick before we get started, Curtis. For those that see people that have questions in the chat, whether it be on the vertical or the regular, please, if you can, address their questions, because here, sips and snips, we try and get answers off, but this is when I have to lean on the family. All right, save your questions. All right, um, or better yet, type in important. And what I'll do is I will go ahead and star them, put them aside, and at a point in time in the interview, I will come back and I will make sure that I ask them to Curtis, and so that he might be able to answer. Okay. But again, if you have a question for me or for Curtis, put important in all caps at the beginning, and then type your question. That way I'll know I can star it and I can come back to it. All right. So with that being said, let's go. All right. So
All right.
Curtis, man, hey, look, everybody loves a good origin story. I don't care if you're watching manga, I don't care if you're watching Marvel movies or whatnot. Everybody wants to know a good origin story. So, how did you come into your? I would say, let me ask this: how were you involved with fragrances at a young age?
Yeah, I think so. Thinking back probably to my earliest memory with scent was probably when I would meet up with relatives during the holidays. And I remember one uncle specifically, uh, he was always smelling amazing. And I think at the time he was wearing Dracar Noir. So, I
Mm,
mean, this is kind of probably late 80s time frame. And I remember thinking, God, he smells good. He smells amazing. So I think at that point, just kind of, first experiencing that. And then later on, like once I think got into high school, I started wearing like Acquadiccio, some Calvin Klein fragrances, Obsession, fragrances like that. And I think, just from that point is what really kind of piqued my interest and really started my interest into scent. Now, I wouldn't say that I really dove heavy into it at that time, but fragrance was always something that I wore. I eventually picked up Drakkar Noir, and I wore that kind of early 2000s. And then I would say I really started diving heavy into fragrance like maybe like 2010s or so. And then from there, it just kind of not spiraled out of control, but I really developed a love for it and kind of honed in kind of what I really, really like. I think there's a lot of trial and error involved.
True.
And kind of, kind of figuring out my own path, my own lane. And while there still is there's that aspect of discovery that I really like. Not everything works out, but like I really enjoy the discovery and that aspect of this hobby.
Definitely, man. Well, I got to ask you this. So, about what age was it that you picked up on that from your uncle? Around what age were you?
Yeah, I think I was maybe around like 8 or like 10, maybe.
That's actually early. That's actually
Yeah,
early.
it was pretty early, man. Yeah. What about you? What age did you start?
Man, I started my aunt. I've told the story before, but I think yeah, it was probably in my 8 or 9, maybe 10,
Okay.
around the same age. My aunt would come and she would give me $10 to $20. I'm not sure exactly which one, but $10 to $20 and a gift set of the polo. And they would come in the little bitty back in the day when they used to give you the little sample pack. It'd be like 5 of them: the red, the black, the blue, the green,
Yeah.
and there would be the little maybe 10 meals or whatnot, maybe 8 to 10 meals, and she would always give me one and $1. I used to think she's so cheap. I'd be like, she could have did something else. Come on, man. Why you keep giving me these same colognes every holiday? Oh, my birthday too. Sometimes I'd be like, ain't nobody wearing these. But eventually I did start wearing them because I would smell my dad, smell like Aramis, you know what I'm saying? Or Barbasol. And I don't know, at some point it just kind of got interesting and I wanted to smell like it too, at some point I just wanted to. But you know, it's always someone that has my uncles didn't really wear cologne that I was around all the time,
Mm.
but yeah, my dad did, and at some point it just broke me. I just started applying here and there. But
Did
I
you?
gotta ask. You said just your uncle was smelling phenomenal. Was he single? Because
Good question. I think at the time he was. I think at the time he
okay.
was. Yeah.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
usually when we smell our best, man.
Yeah, that's
That's
right.
usually when we smell our best.
That's
So
right.
I
And
had to
he was
ask that.
smelling really good, that's for sure. Did you ever wear that it was funny because you had mentioned polo. I used to wear in high school too. I used to wear this blue polo sport. You
Yes,
know, you know what I'm talking about?
yes. I only wore two. The
Okay.
black and the green I didn't like because it was just like they smelled like my grandfather. Actually, no, they smelled like my dad on like a bad when I would consider it a bad day, or they smelled like my grandfather. They were just too dark, too heavy on whatever it was that was in there. I just remember not liking them at first.
Yeah.
But I wore the red and I wore the blue. And the times that she would give me the joint, there was sometimes it would have the blue sport, and I would wear that one. But those were the only three that I would typically wear: the red, the blue, and the blue sport. That was it. The green, I didn't really start appreciating that until I was in my late 20s.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was just
Yeah.
kind of, it was one of those things. But yeah, that's about it, man.
Nice,
But
man.
yeah, yeah. So tell me this. All right. That was when you first started taking heed to it. When did
Mm.
you kind of fall in love with the fragrance? You know what I'm saying? Like not just smelling good, but kind of fall in love with picking and choosing how you smell good. Not necessarily knowing notes, nothing like that. Just wanting to get cologne, different sets of cologne, I guess.
Yeah, I would say probably like, hmm, that probably started like 2008 or somewhere like that. Like before I came to Japan, like it was I started really getting a bit interested in more like the designer realm of fragrances and kind of I don't think I had really like dove into to niche or even artisanal fragrances really at that point. I was really kind of diving into the designers quite hard.
Okay. And that's fine. I think a lot of us did that. A lot of us in our age group dove into designers head first. I think that was one that was readily available, and that was the ones that those were the ones that our parents um, knew were readily available. My parents just now my mom still don't know, but my dad only knows from what I tell him. But they
Yeah,
still don't know about clones. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And I
yeah.
just got my dad that nitro elixir, and he absolutely loves it. Absolutely
Nice,
loves it. But
nice.
prior to that, when I was in high school, when I basically didn't have funds of my own like that, like in my middle school, early high school, we linked on their understanding and their purchasing power. So
Oh,
it was normal to just be only know about designers, because that was all they really knew.
that's right. That's right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, I think like obviously there were fragrance heads back then, but I feel like nowadays it's just gone to a whole new level. So
Yeah,
I think now there are more people into like niche and they're just more knowledgeable and know that there are fragrances out there that exist like that. Versus back in the early '90s or so. I mean, I never would have even known that there were fragrant like on the niche side that even existed like that. I thought all there were designers. I had no idea that there was anything niche that even existed.
yeah. And I mean, and to be honest with you, I'm sure it's nothing wrong with it because, like I said, nowadays, nowadays it's a hobby for so many
Yeah,
people. You know,
yeah.
and for those that's not a hobby for, there are so many people that collect them regardless. They collect
Hmm.
them like Pokemon cards. And back in the day, it was kind of like the sneaker evolution. The sneakerhead evolution.
Oh,
Back in the
absolutely.
day, we just wanted J's. You knew a bunch of people that wore and bought J's, right? But now you got a bunch of kids and people that are just simply collecting them. We wore those shoes.
Oh
We had
yeah.
parents. We stood in line. Hell, some of us even fought for them shoes. And I'd be darned if you think I'm not wearing mine this next upcoming week every day.
What
Whereas
were
now,
what
yeah.
so sorry to cut you off. What was your first pair of Jordans?
Well,
What
I was
year?
gonna get you into that. I'd probably say my first pair of Jordans I ever got, where I was of an age to know what I was wearing,
Yeah.
was probably, oh man, you know what? It was freshman year. It was freshman year. It was the Jordan 13s, the what is it? The Italy blues
Oh
or the
wow.
something? No, the blue grays, the gray blues.
Okay.
The 13s I'm talking about, the ones with the little padded covering.
Man, I see. Let me ask you this first, man, because how old are you?
I'm 43, man. I'm
Okay,
43.
all right. I'm 46, so we're in a similar kind of time frame
Yeah,
there. Okay,
yeah.
okay, okay. I got it. If I see a picture of what you're talking about, then I would know.
Okay, no, you remember the Flint Blues? That's what they were
Okay,
called, the 13 Flint Blues.
okay.
As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm about to go ahead and put them in here. All
Oh
right,
yeah, do it because I want to see.
because the Flint Blue, they were, man. Let me see here. All right, I'm gonna bring them up. These were them, and when I tell you, my mom stood in line to get them for me. Y'all,
Yeah.
when I tell you the grades that I had, boy, I was in high school. I was on the list of who's who in Dallas in DFW.
Oh,
You remember
what?
these?
No, to be
Yes,
honest. Whoa. What year? What? I wonder what year these came out.
97,
Oh,
97, bro. And
okay.
this was the year that when they came to Dallas, there were people that they literally broke into a train, robbed the train, robbed some trucks for these shoes, and they were selling them ahead of time. And so a
Wow.
bunch of kids at my school in the Dallas Fort Worth, you can look it up, it's still online for the news. They were selling these shoes ahead of time. They came to every school in the Metroplex in a matter of 48 to 72 hours. and were literally confiscating like the police departments all around the cities.
Wow.
DFW, that's Dallas Fort Worth, Plano, Garland, everything. Richardson, they went to the schools and they were searching people's lockers.
Yeah.
They were damn near going through people's cars and they were confiscating. Kids were wearing them. They literally went home with no shoes on.
Dang.
I'm dead serious. And people, yeah, man, it was crazy. It was crazy back in the day. But yeah, this is what was happening, man. But these were the shoes. So they got them a week early. My mom went out there and got them from the store the week afterwards. And, you know, I'm telling you, I had straight A's, not just straight A's. All my grades were 95 and up. All right. And she bought these for me. And man, look, I was ecstatic. I couldn't, before then, I could get like the pennies, I could get the Jason Kids. They were all at a reasonable price compared to these. But these and the phone posits, unless your boy was immaculate in school, they were out of my reach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My parents could get it, but it was just like, hey, you know, they were the ones who instilled in me value. You know, like what is worth your dollar and how much is it worth?
That's right. That's right. Man, nice, bro. That's kind of like there's a feeling of nostalgia going on right now. I haven't talked about Jordans in forever. I think my first pair was the 90s. I had the 90s Jordans.
And you know what's funny? I was going to ask you, what is your favorite pair of shoes? Go ahead and let us know, man. Go ahead and let us know.
I mean, I don't know. It's nothing too exciting. I feel like my style's influenced a little bit because of Japan and, you know, where I live in the world now. But like New Balance are really popular here. So I wear a lot of New Balance shoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any one shoe that's eclectic that you kind of, when you think back, it's your favorite shoe that you've ever purchased or had purchased for you?
Of all time?
Of all time. Just one shoe that stands. It may not even be the best, but one shoe that stands out in the moment that you've owned.
Oh yeah, man. I had Reebok pumps, like the I can't remember the exact name, but yeah, man. I mean, I was you know, pumps kind of were like the Jordans in a sense, like they had a lot of hype behind them, kind of, you know, early 90s.
No,
and
for sure.
So I think David Robinson was the one who kind of had the first pump shoe, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Reebok pumps, man. Those were
David Robinson definitely had them, but the one that put them on the map for me in DFW,
yeah,
I think was 3 people, and they were dunkers.
Spud Webb, yeah,
Spud Webb, Dominique Wilkins.
There you go.
And of course, one of my favorites. He didn't last long. He had a nice little career, but he didn't last long as far as popularity. D Brown. Do you remember D Brown?
D Brown. There you go.
No look.
Yes. Yeah.
That dude was I'd never forget he wore them pumps, man, because he did the pump before he did the dunk contest. I was like, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, man. Yeah, God, wow. Yeah, that's when dunking was something that like was so amazing. Now, I mean, it's still pretty amazing, but like it just doesn't have the impact. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Those are them. Those are the D Browns right there, right?
Yes, these are them, man.
Dang, those are almost $500.
Bro, they haven't brought them back out in a long time. So yeah, I would imagine so, man, for real.
Man.
And the nerve of these people say Boston Celtics John Cena. What? Okay. The nerve, man. But yeah, hey, those were fantastic back in the day, man. But I got one quick question before I relate this topic of fashion and footwear. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So you said you wear a lot of New Balance.
Yeah.
Is that perhaps because y'all do a lot of walking? Y'all don't do a lot of driving up there in Japan or where you are?
Yeah. I mean, I mean, a lot of people, they'll either ride their bike or kind of, the walk. I mean, and if you're going somewhere, people obviously drive too, but public transportation is really huge here and it's very efficient. But yeah, I do a lot of walking, but I think like New Balance, has just become kind of a fashionable brand, and it has been for many years here. where I feel like maybe it's not like that in the States. I'm not sure how it is in the States, but like here in Japan, it's just become kind of a fashionable brand. You'll see a lot of like high profile kind of like actors, actresses, musicians, like they'll be rocking that. And so it just kind of picked up like that, I guess.
Yeah, no, it is here too. The younger generation is starting to wear them too. And the crazy thing is that, Curtis, you remember back when we were in high school, middle school, who used to wear the New Balances? Who used to wear the Sauconys? The bus drivers, the teachers. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Let's keep it a buck, man.
It definitely was not a cool shoe back then. Yeah.
And now only the coolest kids, and the funny thing is, the coolest kids that they say they wear them, and they're pricey now. And then the ones that are so popular are literally the same style in a lot of cases that our bus drivers used to wear. Now,
That,
not the old bus drivers, because they wore the New Balances with the two straps. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
We're talking about the younger bus drivers. They'd be like, all right, sit your bus down. Let's get going.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally, yeah, it's definitely that shoe has definitely taken on like I guess kind of a new role in the sense more so with like younger crowds versus when we were kids and like the older guys were hitting that shoe pretty hard.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Interesting. But all right, hey, we're gonna come back to this connection between fashion and fragrance. All right. But for
Yep.
now, let me ask you this. So what was your first fragrance that you were able to purchase with your own money? All right. Because a lot of times some people may overlook that, but that means a lot, man. I'll never forget mine, but I want to hear about yours.
Oh man, first fragrance that I was able to purchase with my own money. Yes, this was man a really really old school fragrance. Now I can't even understand why I wore this when I was a kid, but it was by um, uh, Imperio Armani, and it was called Giorgio.
Oh, okay. Imperial Armani. So Giorgio Armani's Imperial. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you.
Yeah,
Are
yeah,
they? Wait, are they the same? Imperial Armani, Giorgio Armani. Are they the same? Or are they like?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay. Making sure. You know how it is nowadays. Everybody, their mama got a Giorgio or an Armani.
yeah, yeah,
So I had that. That's what's up,
yeah.
and it was just called Giorgio.
It's called Giorgio, and it was kind of like it was like a silver cap glass bottle, and the juice was green, and then the box was like yellow and white striped kind of box like that. And yeah, I mean it was definitely not a fragrance. I think for it had more of a mature smell to it, but for some reason I really gravitated towards it. And so yeah, that was actually the first one, and then that was followed by like Acqua di Gio, of course.
Got you.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah, yeah.
What drew you to the Giorgio one?
I one of my friends had it, and so I remember smelling it on him, and that's kind of like, oh wow, that smells really good. Um, and so I think that's what kind of did it for me, and I was just like, oh, I want to smell like that. And so I asked him what he was wearing, and he told me, and I think maybe a couple days later, I went out and I bought that bottle. So yeah,
All
but
right, all right.
good stuff for sure. But probably a little bit of a mature smelling fragrance for a kid.
Yeah,
How
that's
about
what
you?
that's what Simone just put on there. Well, hold up. So, I got to get into the whole thing because people need to know that when we buy fragrance, we don't just buy fragrance. What were you wearing with it? What were you wearing? Oh, wait. First and foremost, just tell us how old you were. All right. Where
Yeah.
were you and what were you wearing with it? Because, people don't understand is people in the chat are our age. So they understand. If you tell them what you wear, they're going to be like, oh, okay. I remember those days. But, let us know full context of how you were wearing it. What were you wearing with it?
Gosh, man. Okay, so I first of all, let me say this. I bought that fragrance with Christmas money that I had received for Christmas,
All right.
and I think I was maybe man, maybe 10 years old at the time. So I was wearing like I,
Wow.
I don't know, like tough skins jeans and like probably like a flannel shirt and like y- you know yeah, I can't even remember, but not the most fashionable 10-year-old, that's for
Okay.
sure.
Okay, all right.
So I mean, there was a distinct mismatch between the smell and aura that I was giving off and what I was wearing from a fashion standpoint.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. All right. Yeah, as for mine was more so. I think I bought three at the same time. I got actually like five of them. But Usher Raymond's first one, Usher.
Okay.
I bought a bottle of Aquadigio EDT because
Mm-hmm.
they said at that time it was the reigning king of fragrances. Um, it was the reigning king of fragrances at the time. It was,
Yeah.
I think, at that point for a while, it either matched or darn near toppled. What was it? Creed Aventus reign as king. You know what I mean? But it was the thing to wear. I also had the original JPG
Oh
Lamal,
well.
the original JPG, the one with the what was it, Superman on there? All right, no,
Yeah.
not Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget the bottle. The funny thing is I still got the bottle, and then I had a bottle of Rayon Tradition. You know what
Oh
I'm
wow.
saying? Rayon Tradition. I have to look it up, but all these were clean. I think the Aquadigio was a clean profile. The Rayon Tradition was kind of sweet and whatnot. Usher was kind of sweet, spicy, a little dark. But back then, honestly, oh, Insurrection. That's it. Thank you, Rock Boy. Insurrection by Rayon Tradition. It was the original one, the one that had the little cap where you had to flip it, pull it back, almost like a grenade.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had different profiles. But at that time, I was in college. I didn't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? I just
Yeah.
wore it. I was wearing like Tim's. I was wearing patchwork Tim's, baggy jeans. What else? Bob Marley and Wu Tang shirts. Anything with a rapper on it, like and
Yeah.
like Mark Echo hoodies.
Yeah.
Man, I was out there low key slumming on a budget or slumming on a nice budget. You know what I'm saying? But
I know.
back then it was smelling good was just what you wanted to do. The look had to be something different.
That's right. That's right. I mean, those were times too where I think it was, I feel like back then too, it's like, no, I didn't care about notes. Or anything like that. I never let that influence me in any way back then. But now I'm kind of like, oh, let me see. Like, it was always kind of the smell. I just went, oh, it smells good. I'm gonna wear it. Versus now, there are other factors that kind of have creeped in, you know. But yeah.
All right. Let me go ahead and ask this real quick. We had one of my friends in here, Mundo, aka All World Fragrance, wanted to know if I could ask you, do you have a Kiara plug?
But
He's
Kiara,
been big
like
into the house of
Kiara,
Kiara,
like
huh?
Kiara Oud. Are you talking about Oud?
Yeah, I guess Kiara Oud. He's big on the Oud. He likes his Oud animalic.
Okay. Kiara Oud, like if you're interested in Kiara Oud, I would say, and if you're talking about like fragrances,
Yeah.
I would say I'm actually going to show a fragrance today that's from this brand, but this brand has a fragrance called Kiara. It's a Japanese brand. But Kiara Oud, if you know anything about Kiara Oud, which I'm sure he probably does, it is the most expensive oud in the world, right? So like per gram, you're looking at like $10,000 per gram of
Mm.
this. So it is extremely uh, expensive. And I think expensive I don't know if there's anybody like harvesting it. But yeah, it's yeah, Di Chiara. That's the one I'm talking about.
Okay.
Someone just posted it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I mean, or there are a couple other. There's this other Japanese brand called Sayuri, or sorry, not Sayuri, Satori Parfums, and then she has a fragrance called Satori, but it features Chiara, but not real Chiara Oud, but she took influence from that. So it's like an incensey kind of Chiara inspired like fragrance. But so, I mean, that could be one to check out. But yeah, so from Satori Parfums.
Okay. Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah. World said Desert Kiata. All right, no problem. And then he also wanted to know about do you partake in any Kodo activities?
Kodo, no, no, I don't. But I mean, I see that kind of stuff. Like if, they have like festivals that seasonal festivals, and usually you can see that kind of stuff like if you go to a festival. But no, I've never personally ever done it.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, there we go, man. There we go. All right. So let's get back on point. All right. So those are your early bring ups and your first purchases and whatnot. So we get a sense of that, man. So tell us about your journey from then, I guess your college years all the way to now. What has happened over the years? How has your journey evolved? How have you evolved your nose as well?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like I said before, I was mainly into designers before. And then, once I kind of discovered like the niche side of things, and like I said, I kind of really dove into niche and artisanal fragrances once I had kind of gotten over here to Japan, is when it really started to pick up for me. Um, and so, yeah, I mean, I think it was just kind of there was a bit of excitement. I went through this excitement phase of kind of like, oh wow, there are fragrances like this that smell completely unique. And there's a way for me to smell unique, still smell good, but not smell like every other guy on the block. And so I
Right.
think that was one thing that kind of attracted me to the whole niche category was like, oh, hey, I can still smell good and be different. But being really careful with that because I know that there are some niche fragrances that, yeah, you're going to smell different, but you're just not going to smell good to anyone. And uh, yeah, I've learned that a lot, especially being here, like in Japan, because if you know anything about Japanese culture, fragrances are still seen as quite underground. Japanese don't really care for. It's changing now, but they don't really care for. They like natural smells.
Mm,
And so, they're more so for like fresh, woody, aromatic, light, airy profiles versus deep, rich, heavier scents. And part of the reason for that is because Japanese don't really have a body odor so much. Like if you're comparing to Westerners,
mm.
they don't really give off a body odor as much. Now, they definitely give off a body odor, but it's
Right.
not like it is maybe for like Westerners. And so if they're wearing fragrance, they try to match their body odor as best they can. So if they're not giving off much of an odor, they don't want to put something on that's going to give off a heavy odor, right?
I
They
get
want
it.
something that's going to match with that as best they can. So I think understanding that and that's influenced my style a bit in terms of what I like to wear because I'm trying to match the environment that I'm in. And so that was kind of a lesson that I've kind of had to learn throughout the years. When I would wear heavier scents here in Japan, it
Mhm.
just usually would never go over well. And I found kind of over the years there are ways to kind of remedy that, whether I'm kind of where I'm spraying, how many sprays I'm doing, that kind of thing. There are slight ways around it, but there are a lot of rules to fragrance that you kind of need to adjust if you are coming to visit Japan. But I would say where I'm at in the world has had heavy influence on my choice of fragrance and kind of how I like my fragrances to wear nowadays.
Okay.
Sorry, man. I don't know if I answered your question. I feel like I kind of went off on a tangent, possibly, but
Uh,
since you're
a little bit, but I mean, not really on a tangent. I guess you provided a little more context, but at the same time, it was like, okay, so earlier in, I guess I should have added a little more context or at least a little more detail. So earlier in, what profiles, like what style, what profiles were
uh,
you really into, and how has it evolved into where you are now? So basically, where were you then? And what has it evolved into over the
I
years,
see.
and where are you now? You know what I mean? Because I was going to get into a couple of other things. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I would say I mainly wore fresh scent profiles.
Mm.
Like, I was a bit, I really enjoyed like blue fragrances. But even just like fresh profiles. And I never really, you know, I would have never worn like something sweet, you
Mm.
know, back then. Whereas nowadays, I have a bit more of an open palette, and I'm willing to experiment a bit more. Now, I am a I love rose, the note of rose. Huge rose lover. I have quite a few rose fragrances in my collection. And when I first started getting into this game, I would have never, rose is a feminine note. How can I wear that? I think that's the mindset that I kind of had, was like, and I think especially in the West, it's probably common for maybe men to think that, of like, hey,
Very.
rose is a feminine note.
Yes.
But once I kind of got over that mental hurdle, and kind of dove into it a bit, I realized that, man, rose is a note that men can definitely pull off. And there's it has a seductive quality to it. And given the right atmosphere, environment, the way you present yourself, it can really just kind of add to that overall vibe that you're trying to give off. So yeah, I would say that, just, rose is one of those notes that I've really dove into. I would say there's even some sweeter profiles that I've gone into.
Okay.
Not full on, not full on gourmands or anything like that, but I might enjoy some fragrances that have like gourmand tendencies, or they might slightly veer off in that direction, but not full on go down that path. Um, and I would say I don't really enjoy wearing blue fragrances at all. Like, it's just not my vibe. Whereas before, that was kind of what kind of got me started, I guess. You
Yeah.
know? So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
That
yeah.
blue, the note of blue fragrances, the notes in blue fragrances. I mean, it was just something early about a lot of people's journey that, it's easygoing, mass appealing, non-offensive, So yeah,
Yeah.
that's no, I agree.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
All right. So since it's evolved, you said you love the note of rose, but what seems to be your favorite note in a chord?
Hmm. Uh, Favorite note is, I would say probably rose or vetiver. Um, I love vetiver because, I mean, it has so many unique facets, and it can come across in so many different ways. So whether it's like dry, smoky, damp, earthy, it might even have like kind of like humid type of qualities to it. It can come off even a bit green, slightly soapy. Like, it's just can come off in so many different ways. And there's a vetiver is a note that, in my opinion, has zero sex appeal to it. Like, it's a
Hmm.
professional note, and it represents maturity, wisdom. And I think at this point, like in my life and kind of my age and where I'm at, it just kind of fits my own personality really well, and the kind of the aura and vibe that I like to give off. So I think that's one reason why I really enjoy it. But also, rose, being, it has those kind of uh, seductive qualities to it, and it's a a note that I really enjoy wearing all seasons. Rose is one of those notes that you can wear any season, anytime, any season. Like, it really is so versatile. Uh, and there are many different styles of rose. I think probably Taif rose is my favorite.
Yeah,
Uh,
I love Taif. That's sweet. It goes well with amber and everything. Yeah,
oh
it's a sweeter
man,
rose. Yeah.
it is gorgeous. And I think my favorite fragrance, rose fragrance, is Rose de Taif Extrait by Paris Monte Carlo. Man, stunner. Have you tried that one before?
No, but I think I've seen either Selly or somebody else. Selly Sell was talking about it at one point, and I believe it was over a year ago. But Neeb told me to go check it out. I think he saw it at Exxon's, and he was like, "Yeah, the Paris Monte Carlo or the Paris whatever, yeah, that brand. He said
Yeah.
there were several: the Fougere Royale, the Taif, and something else he was talking about. But yeah,
Yeah, it's a gorgeous one, man.
I
And
got you.
I would say in terms of like accords, it's a good question. I would say probably I don't know, man. Let me give me a second to think on that. I'm not sure. That's a
Okay.
difficult question for me.
All
How
right.
about you? How about you for accords? What's your favorite?
Accord, it's got to be, to this day, it's got to be amber. I like all types of amber accords, whether it's
That,
smoky amber, dark, resinous, sweet,
yeah,
floral amber. Citrus amber is definitely a good one because a
yeah,
lot of times I smell the citrus ambers, and with a right amount of application, it can be
yeah,
worn whether in this Texas heat, which you know is crazy,
yeah.
or the cool or the cold. So I got to say amber, hands down, right now.
That's the one that I was gonna say. I was gonna say amber, but yeah, I agree with you with everything that you said. I mean, yeah, I mean it's such a it's a lovely one. You find it in so many fragrances, right?
Yeah, yes, and a
It's just
lot of
so
people,
versatile.
yeah, and a lot of people take it as if it's a note, but a lot of people, believe it or not, even though they're reviewers and whatnot, don't understand that it's a chord. There is no amber note. There's ambergris, but not a note of amber. It's always in the chord of vanilla, different styles of vanilla, um, in some cases florals, but the
Yeah,
chord itself can be made of or comprised of different notes in
yeah,
it to give you various styles of amber. And I love it, man. You
yeah,
got playful, seductive, all those I talked about, including those. Amber can be orchestrated to be whatever you want on skin or in a bottle, and it is really good. It is really good. Love
I
it.
completely agree.
Yeah, man. But okay. So I tell you what, let's go ahead and open up a little bit regarding you. We're gonna go ahead and give you 60 seconds of Curtis. All right,
Oh man,
pause.
all
For
right.
those in the chat who think of something else, like these guys are crazy. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get a 60-second um, ask and tell with Curtis in here. We're gonna see what's going on, man. And and we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and put the accord at the end. That'll be the last question I ask, but these will yeah, we're gonna see how you line up with these. And I'll give you a little bit of time to answer them. Kind of do this like that Steve Harvey show. What is it?
Is this like rapid fire type of
Yeah, it's
stuff?
gonna be rapid fire. But what's that show that Steve Harvey hosts now? It's on the Game Show channel. My mom watches it all the freaking time. Where they get the family up there, you got five people and
Family Feud? Is it Family Feud?
Family Feud. Yes, that's it, man. Hey, we're gonna go up there and get that little 60-second
All
Family
right,
Feud and see what's going on, man. And I might have to do 90 seconds, all right?
all
But
right.
let me go ahead and get this going, man. Let me see.
I'll try to answer these as quickly as I can, man.
Oh yeah. We're good, man. I tell you what, we'll do 90 seconds. I got about 10 questions, so that'll give you about 9 seconds to answer each question. Think about it long
Okay.
and hard. All right, here
All
we
right.
go.
All
All
right, let's
right,
go.
Curtis. We'll go ahead and start this right now. What's your favorite food?
Yakitori.
All right. Favorite car?
Nissan Skyline.
Nice, beautiful. Favorite sports team?
Oh, favorite sports, Texas Rangers.
All right. Favorite sport?
Baseball.
All right. All right. Favorite high school sport or sport you played in high school?
Oh, basketball.
All right, Hooper. Favorite frag brand?
Fragrance brand.
Yes.
Oh gosh. Right now probably Rogue Perfumery.
Okay. All right. Favorite fragrance of all time?
Favorite fragrance of all time. Dang, this is so hard, man. Um, Fragrance of all time. Let's just go ahead and go with. Man, this is tough. Oh gosh, Gemz, man. Let's go with Beach Hut Man by Amwash.
All right. All right. Favorite bottle.
Favorite bottle.
Yeah, man.
Favorite bottle. Oh gosh, I would say. Man, I'm trying to think what bottles I have in my collection. It might be the ones by D Sir. I love those bottles.
Okay. All right. Favorite genre of music.
Jazz.
Okay. Favorite musical brand. Or I'm sorry, band. Favorite musical band.
Ooh, musical band. I would say Pearl Jam.
Awesome. All right. And favorite accord. We're coming back to it. That's my last one. What we got?
Okay. Yeah. I'll say kind of sticking to what. Yeah, I agree with it. Amber. I'll go with Amber.
Amber. All right. Hey, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. All right. And it was a little over a minute and a half, but that's good, man. That was good. That was great. All right.
Some of those were tough, man. Favorite fragrance of all time. I think if you were to ask me that again tomorrow, my answer might be different. But
that's the beauty of fragrance of fragrance connoisseurs. We expect your answers to change over time as your nose, your palate, and your taste does.
yeah,
Nothing. I don't think anybody's taste in fragrances ever stays the same. To be honest with you,
agreed.
I've seen some that say they stay loving it, but as I've talked to them, they've always switched out. Oh, okay, I love these bottles. Or I love this fragrance. I love the way they blend as opposed to this brand. So it's to be expected that it's going to change. I would hope so. If not, I really believe if your fragrance preference does not change over time, you probably aren't really opening your nose to different things.
Yeah.
You're probably staying more stagnant than you think. Some people think that if I don't smell anything, I'm stagnant. Sometimes you just smell and prefer to keep sampling the same style of profiles. That's also an issue that keeps you
Yeah.
stagnant. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very much so.
All right. Well, that's a bit, man. That was good. That was good. All right. Yeah, man. Hey, and that Pearl Jam, they're out of, I think they are where are they out of? Seattle?
Seattle. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a Seattle rock band, but they came down here. Do you know what their original name was?
What?
Mookie Blaylock.
Whoa, really?
And you know where they got him from?
No way.
I think straight out of high school, he was their favorite player.
No,
And so
I
they
have
were
not
going
heard that name in years, dude.
Yes, Mookie Blaylock. He's from Dallas.
Okay.
That was a crazy part. He's from the Dallas area. And
All right.
so they literally were calling themselves at one point Mookie Blaylock, which was crazy. I think it was before they really made a name for themselves. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, that band right there was beautiful. I love that band. The music. Look, my favorite song from them, y'all don't judge me, but I'm a big alternative rock lover. All right.
Oh, nice.
That Jeremy
Oh,
spoken
yeah.
in class today.
Man.
But
Man.
man, hey, they had some hits like that Pearl Jam. And my favorite, actually, I said it was Jeremy. No, that even flow
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
comes and goes like butterflies.
Man.
That was, man, that is nostalgic. And oh man, it took me back a little bit, bro.
100%, man. Good
Them
stuff.
headbanging days.
Man.
Yes. My guy Raph said Eddie
Yeah.
Vedder came down there. Yeah, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, you took me back for a second, man. Hey, that's a bit, man.
Man,
All
if
right,
you've never seen Pearl Jam's Unplugged that they did on MTV in the 90s, man, you should check that out.
brother, I had unplugged shirts between them, Soundgarden, Nirvana, Offspring. Dude, when I say I was an alternative rock, look, I went to the not the Lollapalooza. No, I did. we actually got to be out there, not at the actual event, but we were outside and it was open. There were problems
Oh,
with Lollapalooza back in the day because they didn't have enough fencing to lock in the entire concert. And when we drove by, it was crazy. But dude,
dang.
man, I'm telling you, crash test dummies, all of it. I was
Oh man.
Soul Asylum. Look, I jammed it all. Look, I still got one of my old guitars I was trying to play. I'm telling you, I was I was a headbanger. Like seriously, I skateboarded
Alice
and
in
everything.
Chains. Yeah. Man. Yeah. Man, I love that. I love that style of music.
Yeah. Oh,
Grunge era.
yes. Smashing Pumpkins.
There you
They
go.
had me. 9 Inch Nails.
Yes.
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 So yeah, man, I'm with you. Hey, I watched all those unplugged, all of them. And as a matter of fact, they still have a MTV channel, especially on YouTube, I believe, on YouTube TV and whatnot. But they have an MTV channel that still plays all the old unplugs and all the old songs like from the 90s and 2000s
Oh
and
wow.
from the 80s. Yeah, bro. Yeah. VH1 has a channel that does it too. Yeah, man. I'm telling you.
I'm
Love
gonna
it.
have to check that out.
Yes. So yeah, but hey, okay. So we've come towards the end of the personal segment. Well, in a sense, but now, my man, is when we like to get into what I love the most. All right, and what I like to like. I'm making more content on it, but we're gonna get into the sense and sound. So, Curtis, I hit you up, of course, and I told you that I needed 4 fragrances minimum. All right, and 4 songs that relate. And I told you I need an explanation, baby. So when I play this video, I need an explanation for how it relates. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. And I'll say this. So just so everybody here knows. So Gemz hit me with this and I was like, man, that's something I've never thought about. So if I completely butcher this, you guys, apologies in advance, but I'll do my best to kind of relate this to kind of just my own feeling and how the song and the fragrance kind of comes together.
And let me say this, man. Look, there is no right or wrong answer. All of this is personalized. And so it's your opinion, okay?
Yep.
Which means that there is no right or wrong. You tell us what you're thinking, and all we can do is listen and accept. Because look, the way music and fragrance are two personal things, all right? And the way
Yep.
we enjoy them is on two different levels, all right? There are some songs that for some would make them head bang out, and for me, I might just mellow out to it.
Yep.
So yeah, just yeah, man. Tell us what you feel, tell us how you feel, and tell us what comes to mind. All right. So
Sure.
all right. So tell me this. First and
Yeah.
foremost, what are we gonna talk about? What is the first fragrance?
Okay, so the first fragrance we'll talk about today is I'll go ahead and start with a Japanese brand called, which I mentioned them earlier, called Disur. And this fragrance here is called Hana Matsuri. So, and for what Hana means is Hana means flower, Matsuri means festival. So flower festival. And do you want me to break down what this fragrance is right now, or do you want me to?
Yeah. Please go ahead and break down the notes, please, by all means.
Okay, so what this fragrance is basically trying to represent. If you're familiar with the brand Disur, they're a Japanese brand, but they try to capture the essence of like certain like Japanese culture in the form of scent. So what this fragrance represents is like if you go to a Japanese temple, a wooden temple, and it's surrounded by cherry blossoms in the springtime. So cherry blossoms, like it's kind of a big event in Japan. Like, we have something called like sakura. Sakura means cherry blossoms, but we have like cherry blossom festivals here. So the Japanese really appreciate nature. And so a lot of times what they'll do is they'll go to like temples, say their prayer, then they'll go to sit under cherry blossom trees, and they'll drink, chat, eat, have picnics and stuff like that. But it's just to enjoy the natural world, and to forget about all the chaos that usually happens in your life. But this fragrance is like very kind of like deep, dark green, to kind of give you like a woody, to kind of give you like my image of this is if you wake up in the morning and you go outside your house and it's overcast, kind of foggy, damp out. You make your way, you're walking through the forest and you make your way to this Japanese shrine temple. As you make it to the temple, the sun starts to peek out from behind the clouds, and that you can smell all the aromas from like the damp earthiness to the wet wood of the temple. And as the sun's starting to peek out, those rays are hitting the trees. Those cherry blossoms are starting to bloom. So you're getting those aromas of that slight floral presence that's been given off from those cherry blossoms. But man, it's such a tranquil scent for me. It's a calming scent. Like this isn't a scent that, I feel like this is a scent for me personally. I wear this when I want to be alone with my own thoughts. I don't want to be bothered by, social media or things, the chaos that's going on in my life. This is a scent when I want kind of a peace of mind and I just kind of want to be alone with my own thoughts to gather my thoughts. This is the perfect scent for me personally when I want that type of vibe. But I love the aesthetic, the very simple aesthetic of these bottles. You can see there's nothing written on here. So like if you don't know or remember the name of this fragrance, you're not going to know because it's not written on here. Now it is written in Japanese down here, but it's just a very minimal type of aesthetic that this brand has. Simplicity, and I think that really reflects Japanese culture well because there's a true elegance and art in simplicity. And so I feel like you just capture that perfectly here.
Okay. That's nice. All right. Gotcha. All right. Now, I was able to show a look of the bottle. The bottle really looks nice. Is that a wooden cap on there?
It is. Yeah.
Nice. All right. And so, with that being said, what is the song that it reminds you of?
Yeah. Are you gonna play the
I'm
song?
gonna go ahead and play it. But
Cool.
Did you want to announce it?
Yeah. So
Okay.
this is a song that actually, I had talked about how, this fragrance brings a sense of tranquility. And so something that kind of has like, you might almost think like a movie like soundtrack score or like some type of like ambient type of vibe. Like, I don't know, for me, like whenever I hear those types of sounds, like it just almost kind of makes my thought wander. They're very thought provoking. And whether I'm focusing on myself or something else that goes on in my life, that's how that music kind of, makes me feel. So, and I feel like that tranquility is portrayed in this piece of music that you're going to play. And I feel like it translates and relates to this fragrance and to the overall vibe of the fragrance perfectly.
All right. Let's go. All right. Here we go. Go ahead and bring it up.
And this is a piano piece, so there's no words.
All right, all right. I actually kind of like that. I won't. That is pretty nice, man. I can only play so much on here and use it for
Sure.
educational purposes, but
Yeah.
so to whom this may apply. All right. What's the statement that we usually do? Um, I'll remember it by the end of this, but yeah, but no, that was nice, man. That definitely did kind of seem like it aligned with the way you described the fragrance, man. I like that.
Yeah, man, that it just, it just, I don't know, like I said, it's very tranquil and it kind of, when you go to places like that, at least for me, like when I go to places like that in Japan, Japanese temples, like there's just that sense of just like peace and tranquility. Like it just, if you've ever been to a temple in Japan, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's just, I don't know, it's a vibe. It's a complete vibe. And that piece of music just really puts my mind in that spot.
All right. Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. I like that. I like that. And like I was saying earlier, I forgot fair use. All right. For educational purposes, man. All right, that's a bit, man. So for the first one, we got Ephemeral Waltz by James. Who is this?
That one is
James
by
Maliki.
James, yeah,
All right.
Maliki.
And it coincides with what is that? Desir by
Hanamatsuri by Desir.
okay. All right. All right. So I tell you what, let's go ahead and move on to the next one then.
Yeah. The next one we are going to go with. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go with. This is Overture Woman by Amouage. Are you familiar with this one?
I actually am, man. I actually bought the mail and I enjoyed it for a little bit, but then I went back to the store, all right, and
Yep.
smelled went back to the store and smelled the Overture Woman. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna sell this one, which I did, but I haven't been able to go back and get the other just yet, but
Yeah, man.
it definitely is nice.
Yeah,
It
Overture
definitely
Woman is it is gorgeous, man. So I think and I have to give shouts to EQ. EQ was the one that turned me on to this one, to be honest. He the way he kind of talked and described it, I was like, oh
Mhm.
man, I gotta kind of jump on and see what this one's about. But yeah, for me, it's a beautiful combination of like kind of apple brandy almost with a bit of rose, and the rose almost kind of functions like it kind of almost has like a soapy like nature to it. And
Mhm.
then, once you start to push into the dry down a little bit, you get some leathery facets, some saffron that kind of starts to really push. But what I like about this fragrance is it's a combination of like playful and sophisticated elegance. And I feel like that where I personally like to wear this fragrance is if I'm going to kind of like a bar lounge type of place, not straight up bar, but more like an upscale type of lounge, where you're really dressed to impress. It's kind of a relaxed vibe, but there's a bit of kind of up tempo type of vibe to it as well. So it's kind of the nice balance between the two. And so
Gotcha.
yeah, I picked a song that I felt like represented that vibe, kind of more like deep housey type of loungy type of vibe that I felt like fit perfectly
Mhm.
with the fragrance.
Okay. And for those who are wondering, we got Overture Woman by Amouage. Warm, spicy, ambery. I mean, it is definitely good. Almost delicious in a sense, where it differs from the male version, it's not as spicy. The spices that they use are not as offsetting. All right, the brandy, the cognac accord is beautifully blended, especially for a Middle Eastern based fragrance. It's nice. I still need me a bottle of this. All right, that geranium does work in here that it doesn't do in the male. Definitely calms things down, brings it down to a tone, but beautiful, simply beautiful. And of course, one of my favorite notes comes out, and that is the note of cinnamon. Kind of sweetens up the spice more so than adds to it. And of course, that apple, man. I'm telling you, it's cinnamon apple brandy to an extent. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there
And
we
man,
go.
I'll say, dude, and with this too, like a little goes a long way. Like I feel like there's a true elegance and beauty and subtlety, and a little goes a long way with this. I mean, this will push. It really pushes. So I mean, it's like a spray and a half, 2 sprays for me. I know some people are probably like, dude, what, spray and a half? But like really, like this stuff will push.
No, it does. It does. I'm watch fragrances for the most part. I haven't seen one that doesn't have projection power, as Jeremy Fragrance likes to say, and so much more.
Yeah.
This house is one that you have to watch the number of sprays, because even the more subtle ones, you spray it enough and it can be overwhelming to anybody.
Indeed.
All
Indeed.
right. Well, we're going to go ahead and pull up the song that you said reminds you of it for all the reasons. We'll let you go ahead and describe them afterwards and just relate them, man. But I actually, and here's the thing, I wanted to be surprised too. I wanted to hear these as we were discussing them, so I could see it rather than get my ear on the song ahead of time. So here we go, y'all.
Cool.
Everything But the Girl, 5 Fathoms. All right.
You might have to fast forward a little bit to kind of get into the real groove of it, but
Okay. I'll tell you what, we'll get here. All right. Let's go.
Walk the city late at night. Does everyone here do the same? I wanna be the things I see. Every face and place my name. Across the street, take a ride, pick up the pace, pacify. Did I grow up just to stay home? I'm not immune, I love this tune. I wanna love more, I just wanna love more. I wanna love more, I just wanna love more. I just wanna love more. I wanna love more. I just wanna love more. I drag the city late at night.
I like that. I like that, Curtis. A little beat.
Yeah.
I think Jason hit it on the head right here when he says Studio 54 vibes, man.
yeah.
But
Just
hey, I like that, man.
yeah, more kind of like down tempo, kind of just like I feel like it fits in that kind of loungy type of setting, and it kind of, it's a bit playful, but also just kind of chill at the same time. And I feel that's kind of what Overture Woman is a little bit. It has that playful side, but it's also a bit kind of chill and relaxed and reserved. So yeah, I feel like it just matches perfectly.
No, for sure. And I mean, honestly, I like it because it has some vibrance to it, like that apple is a somewhat bright apple, but then you still get a somewhat spicy feel from it overall in the fragrance. And I think it just adds to that little upbeat as opposed to downplaying it. And yeah, man, I mean, I see how this is related. Honestly, I see how this is related. I see why you get the same vibe from the fragrance in that. It's good. I like that.
Yeah, cool.
My guy, My guy said my shirt is open with a. Oh boy, never mind. I'll put that on there. This dude. This dude. Yes. All right. These guys, man, you gotta love the chat at times.
Yeah.
Right? My guy Dust says Studio 54. They said life was good then when you can snip. Why am I even acknowledging this? Let me get off from here. All right. Yeah. All right. So all right. So yeah. So that was fragrance number 2. All right. We got 2 more to go. All right.
Yep.
And again, fair use. All right. This is for educational purposes.
Yeah. Got to make sure we say that, right?
Yeah, got to, man. Got to. All right. And here we go. Third,
Cool.
but definitely not least. What we got?
Yeah, let's go ahead and go with this one. This is a Portrait of a Lady by Frederick Mall.
Yes, sir.
So man, this one is a special one for me because this was actually my first true introduction into rose fragrances many, many years ago. And this is what really opened my eyes to see the light that, hey, man, men can wear rose. There you go. That's right. And don't be afraid of the name because, you know, you can definitely, a man can, God, this one's so gorgeous, man. A guy can totally pull this one off. Man, this one is gorgeous rose. It's a rose patchouli combo. And so it almost kind of has like a dark gothic type of vibe to it that's underlying kind of this spicy rose. And you're getting a bit earthiness from the patchouli. But man, what an intoxicating combination of notes. And again, this is another one of those fragrances that I feel like less is more. A little goes a long way if you want to have the biggest impact. Yeah, this one is
Definitely.
a stunner. This one is a stunner. Where do you see yourself wearing this one, Gemz?
Dude, I only wear this with a button up, and I mean in a blazer or a suit. I've worn this to a funeral. I've worn this to a wedding. All right. I have no reason to wear this unless I'm dressing up.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about hard bottoms. I'm talking about dressing up. Like I got to be in slacks.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
This right here just demands appropriate attire when you wear it. This is not something that I can wear
right.
with a shirt or whatnot. I have literally got to be, to some degree, dressed to impress when I wear this.
Absolutely.
It just puts me in that mind for I couldn't even wear it if I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this
Yeah,
is,
I mean,
this is beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, it fits that bill perfectly. It just, you know, if it's like, you know, when you look at fragrance as invisible fashion, it's just like you have to match the vibe. You don't have to, I mean, do what you want, but like it works well when you are dressed to impress.
Most definitely. Most definitely. You know, definitely yeah, definitely my choice. Like I won't reach for that fragrance to spray unless I'm wearing a certain style of clothing and going to a certain occasion. Some people say, "Oh, you just need to wear your fragrance." There are a lot of fragrances that I don't mind that are high dollar, upper echelon, niche, and whatnot. That I wear it with more casual dress clothing and whatnot. But this is not one of them. This is definitely not one of them. Also, Royal Oud is one. The actual Royal Oud, not the renditions and whatnot, but Royal Oud by Creed. I have to be dressed up when I wear that. It's just something that I set as a boundary for myself, you know.
That is a beautiful Royal Oud by Creed is amazing.
I love it, man. It's one of my holy grails. This Portrait of a Lady, Plum Japonais, all of them. They just, I can't take them lightly when I have them on skin. You know, I can't take myself lightly.
Yeah, you know, it's a serious scent, man. Yeah, a masterpiece. That Portrait of a Lady is a masterpiece. One that will always be in my collection, always.
For sure. I think
Yeah.
it's worth every penny. I went out there, I found a good deal, but at the same time, I was already I was already thinking of paying full price at some point because I was just like, I just gotta have this thing, man.
Man.
I just happened to get it for a steal, a 1 day sale, and I hopped on it, verified the the code and everything, and I was just like, okay, job well
Yeah.
done, James.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It is beautiful.
Yes, sir. But with that being said, all right,
Yes. Um, with the song that I chose for this, this is a song by Tom York, and it's called All I Need. And what this song is about is it's about obsession, and it's about uh like unrequited love. So he's basically talking and spilling his feelings uh to a woman who he truly loves, but he doesn't get that love back in return. And so Portrait of a Lady, I feel like, is the portrait of the perfect woman that you can never have. And
mm,
so that's where I kind of made that relation between song and fragrance.
okay, nice. Well, here we go. We've got to go ahead and play it out, and see if we can tell the if we can agree upon the relationship between them. All right. For those that have smelt this, let us know in the chat. Tell us how you feel about it. Is it related? Are they relative? Are they, you know what I'm saying, parallel, or do you get something different? Tell us what you
Yeah.
think. All right.
Yeah.
But here we go.
I'm the next step, waiting in the wings. I'm an animal trapped in your heart car. I am all the days that you choose to ignore. You are all I need. You're all I need. I'm in the middle of your picture, lying in the reeds. I am a moth who just wants to share your life. I'm just an
Nice. You know what? Yeah, man. Someone had put it in the chat. You know, Radiohead is another group. Yeah, definitely had a hell of a discography.
Yeah.
Plenty of hits. You know, they were definitely also a part of that grunge era. You know, music that kind of helped birth that emo movement at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Absolutely.
know, yeah, them Nine Inch Nails, like I said, Nirvana, all that '90s alternative slash grunge slash goth. You
Yeah.
know, the people when you just started getting into your feeling, you know what I'm saying, that rage against the machine, but also depressed in a corner.
That's right. Yeah. 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 What were you a fan of Radiohead at all, or Tom York?
I liked quite a few of their songs. At that time, I listened to the radio. So down here, when you
Yeah.
listen to any of the radios, they were definitely in heavy play.
Yeah.
They weren't as uplifting. Them and who is that? Uh, who did that one? Oh, Beck. You know what I'm saying? They were
Yeah.
a little more downer of a group and downer of beats, but I jammed them just like just about anybody else. I had their CDs. I appreciated the music that they provided, but me personally, I was more upbeat. I liked more of the upbeat from Nirvana as opposed to that "Hey Way."
Yeah.
That In Utero album. It had
Yeah.
some hits, but some of the songs, even though they were good, it was just like, okay, this is kind of. I was never one with the emo movement, with the depressing,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. So yeah, I appreciated their music, some of the messages, but some of that stuff, I see why. I hate to say it like that, but people were, if you were in a dark place, it led to a lot of dark conclusions for some people back then, and we didn't even
Yeah.
have the internet like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the
I
scary
mean,
part.
yeah, I mean, a lot of that, some of that stuff. I mean, it's just like people can really. I mean, it just shows you how people can really relate to music, right?
I'm telling you, and the crazy thing is, and they do the same relation and fragrances. It's just a smaller genre, a smaller group, but man, it's so similar in relatability. It's crazy,
It really is, man. It really is.
you know. So
I
yeah,
mean,
Oh, go
have
ahead,
you,
go ahead, Curtis.
since we're talking about this real quick, have you ever heard of a song by Alice in Chains called I think it's called Nutshell by Alice in Chains? Have you heard that song before?
Not off the top of my head, but let's see.
Dude, it's he wrote this song. It's about his battle with I think depression and drug abuse addiction.
Mhm.
But man, I think just the music behind it, the words, but also just the way that they composed that piece of music is magical. It is quite a depressing song, but beautiful.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give it a whirl, man. It's nothing better than trying to. Yeah, back then it was something else. The rock and roll. Look, that's a hell of a song. The words behind it, I mean, meant so much. And man, Curtis, I'm gonna tell you this. I definitely understand it, man. For those who have smelt, okay, for those who have smelt Portrait of a Lady, you understand the deep darkness of the fragrance. All right, you understand how the incense twirls in throughout it. The smoke that kind of takes over. There was a feeling back in the day in this music that I used to love but not love, because it would definitely have you channeling the darker things in the day. And the funny thing was that I remember kids running away from home. I
Mhm.
remember kids, taking themselves out because of the littlest things. But when you listen to this and you hear these people, a lot of us at a young age back then didn't understand what they were talking about. Our relation to it was like, oh, mom and dad wouldn't let us do this and that. These people were so high on drugs, on stuff, the stuff that they were experiencing and singing about. We made it seem like it was so relatable. And we took our little instances and a lot of times made it huge, such as the things that they were experiencing,
Yeah.
but it wasn't. And then on top of that, man, I mean, it was just like the mindsets that they were in, fighting the demons that they were, bro. It was we made things very relatable,
Yeah.
and it led to a lot of people's demises in so many different ways. And man, feeling that, smelling Portrait of a Lady, how it plays off the skin, what it does to you, how it evolves on your skin, and how some of these songs evolve in people's lives. Hell, in our past, it's crazy, man. Yeah, Rav put on here Soul Asylum, Runaway Train. Yeah, man,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
telling you, like these were things that were big back in the day. And
Mhm.
man, you picked a hell of a fragrance to relate that. This fragrance lines up so well. Again, fair use for teaching, for educational purposes. But man, Curtis, hell of a choice.
Mhm.
Hell of a choice.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that music is deep, really, really deep. just like Portrait of a Lady, right?
Yeah, man. This truly, and the patchouli with the earthiness, kind of helping with that dark feel. I mean, man, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, lovely stuff. But yeah, everybody who's still here, don't worry. The last choice, we're gonna pick it up a little bit.
Yeah, all right. Dang. All right, man. Hey, shout out to you for that trip down memory lane, good or bad, however you want to take it, man. That's hell of a choice, hell of a combination, hell of a comparison, man. Way to line it up. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yes. Hell of a choice, man. All right. So, whew, all right. All right, man. So, hey, we've done 3, and now we are on to our last one, the 4th of them. What we got for a fragrance, Curtis?
Yeah, man. So the last one that we have here, oh God, I love this smell. So the last one that we have here is Bon Monsieur by Rogue Perfumery. If you've never smelled this fragrance, this is a fougere, and this is kind of Rogue Perfumery as a fragrance brand. They're a brand that really pays homage to those powerhouse 80s style of fragrances. So to put your mind in a place, like if you've never smelled Bon Monsieur, where this kind of fragrance puts my mind is if you have vintage Drakkar Noir and you have Beau de Jour by Tom Ford, and you marry those two together, that's basically what you get. In here you get those like typical fougere notes like lavender, a bit of moss, oak moss, and then in the dry down, you can really pick up on that patchouli that starts to kind of push forward. So there is kind of a slight, almost like mintiness coming from the geranium. That's kind of spicy, kind of very light mintiness that pops in this fragrance. But man, this is a fragrance that when I first smelled this one, where this put me in my mind was from the time I think I was 10 years old, from the time I had graduated high school, gone in the military. When I would come back on leave, I would always go to this barbershop and get a fresh, like old school barbershop, fresh cut fade when I had hair, and straight razor on the neck, and just getting everything lined up and just smelling like the man. And just kind of, I would just leave, the kind of talcum powder where they put on the brush and they're getting, you know what I mean? It's like barbershop vibes, but just leaving and just feeling just fresh, like I'm ready to attack the day. Okay. That's how this fragrance makes me feel. Right. So the song that I felt was just perfect was by Outkast called So Fresh, So Clean. I felt like it just fit it perfectly.
Already.
Do you know that song?
Do I know that song, brother?
A silly question.
How do you not know that song? All right. How do you not? Okay. Man. And here we go. All right. Hey, again, fair use, educational purposes. We are relating Bon Monsieur by Rogue Perfumery to Outkast, So Fresh, So Clean. All right.
I'll be right back while you're playing this. I'll be right back.
No worries. Yeah.
Patty Melts and Monte Carlos and El Dorado. So waking up out of my slumber, feeling like Rollo. So follow, it's showtime at the Apollo minus the Kiki Shepherd. With a bada, with a leopard, Brent, Teddy, Pendergrass, cooler than Freddie Jackson, sipping a milkshake in a snowstorm. Left my throat warm in the dorm room at the AU. We blew hay to athletes might take you, but you must have me mistaken with them statements that you make, Nobody don't ask me, I'm just so fresh and so clean. Girl, you think I'm so sexy? I'm just so fresh and so clean. Ain't nobody don't ask me, I'm just so fresh and so clean. I love when you step now civilians on display. My bongo hooked it up. Oh my god, dip my rim today so they can ride out to the honeycomb hide out. I'm showing you how to wild out like Jack Tripper. Let me be Bambino on your slippers. YKK on your zipper. Lick you like a lizard when I'm slizzard. A sober, 6 million ways to fold ya. Like Noah, I get twos of views and you get pretty cheap. But I call you from 80s, I know you be there for me, girl.
Curtis. Nice.
Feel good vibes, man.
Feel great vibes. Yes, yes, sir. And you say you get ready to take on the day after this, after a fresh haircut. But hey, this is definitely the vibe of music, man. Hey, if you smelling like that, you got a vibe like this. No lies. No lies. I like this. Now, I've never smelled Bon Masour, but now I kind of want to smell it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have enough Chypre in my collection, you know? And if it smells like the way you described it and it's relatable to this song, man, hey, look, I want to keep this in the car for when I do go get a haircut, because I need to go get a haircut soon this week, okay? Probably on my day off. All right. I sure would like to get a few sprays of that Bon Masour on and, hey, vibe out down the road, man, for real.
Man, it's a beautiful scent. It really is. I think just the brand in general, Rogue, is just, you know, they're, like I said, I mean, if you enjoy those kind of more like old school fragrances, like, you know, I don't know, for me, they just bring that sense of nostalgia, you know? And so it's just, if you think of, like I said, if you think of Drakkar Noir, vintage Drakkar Noir, but more of like a niche take on that. And it's, man, and if you look at the price point for Rogue, I mean, the quality that they're given, that they're providing with the price point, I mean, it's just like, for this is a 30 mil. I typically buy the smaller bottle sizes, but this is a 30 mil, and I think 30 mil is like $85. So I mean, yeah. And this stuff is like fire, dude. This stuff is fire. And yeah, I see All World Fragrances said Bonded. Yeah, I have Bonded as well. It's amazing. Man, stunning stuff. Yeah, Jim. Yeah, you should definitely check them out. They are stunning house.
I am in the middle of looking for a discovery set ASAP, and there we go. Hey. Huh. Oh yeah. Okay. I might go ahead and just you know what, offer your recommendation, Curtis. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get the discovery set, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and buy that Bon Masour.
You can buy Bon Masour? Nice.
Why not?
Dude, I mean, if I'm looking at Fougere fragrances, and you know, this is a 10 out of 10 for me personally. And I love Fougere, so this is a 10 out of 10. It's that good.
Nice, yeah. And my guy Raph said he doesn't comply with or he doesn't comply with IFFRA.
Yeah.
He uses real oak moss and whatnot.
Yeah.
My guy Sean says World Der Vice is like that too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And my guy World said that's why he's a fan. FIFFRA. Of course he did. But no, seriously, I think you know what? 80. Let me go ahead and put it in there. We're gonna come back to it. But that's a heck of a recommendation. I'm gonna get my nose on it, man. Hey, for real, I'm gonna check out the house, man. Rogue Perfumery. And where are they based out of?
They're an American brand.
Oh, they are in okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Idaho Falls.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna check them out, man. I'm definitely gonna check them out. Well, hey, man, that is yeah. I trust your nose, Curtis. I trust your nose, especially after the relatability of what was that? My guy from Radiohead, and oh yeah, I'm gonna be tuned into your Instagram page for sure, and I'm gonna have all your information up in the details, both your YouTube and whatnot. After this live, I'll probably put it up again tomorrow. But yeah, man, no, hey, for those who are watching, if you want some good recommendations, both international and American-based houses and whatnot, go check out Curtis Knows, man. He's on IG. He's on YouTube. I'm going to have the links in the description. But, man, great recommendations, and he knows his stuff, man, and it's relatable. So if you like any of the music that we were discussing, that he was discussing as some of his favorite genre and whatnot, and you like synths that line up with it, go ahead and visit the pages, man, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kudos for the topic, Gemz. I mean, this is the first time I've ever done something like this, but yeah, it was fun to do and it was challenging at the same time. So yeah, kudos for putting this together.
yeah, man. Look, this is one of the things, and I'm coming to my own as far as reviews. I got one on the way, trying to release tomorrow, but it's been a little bit of a hassle, right? But but yeah, I'm trying to relate music and sounds and reviews, to give people a overall feel for what's going on. And it's funny because I actually had one coming around with a portrait of a lady,
Oh wow.
and I was actually linking it to a Nirvana song. So
Oh
I got
wow.
that coming up as well. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Is it a heart-shaped box?
You know it, man. Hey, yes, yes. It was a tough choice. It was between that and I think it was Polly. Polly
Okay.
wants a
Yeah,
crack.
yeah.
But yeah, I was thinking of that, and then it was a little too bright, but I was considering In Bloom too, but no,
Okay.
we'll
Yeah.
go ahead and go with heart shaped box. But yeah, man, it's one of the new angles that I'm trying to take. Everybody out there knows that we do Sense of Sounds where we try and relate it, so I'm gonna start incorporating that into some of my reviews, and we're gonna go from there, man, for sure.
That's good, man. Like I said, we were chatting it up the other day, but I think it's nice to see something kind of new and refreshing because I think, I mean, I'm no different from anybody else. I'm not doing really anything different. Like I'm just doing reviews. But like this is something different, right? So that's it's really appealing and it's refreshing. So people, I hope, really connect with that. And I think, fragrance and music, I mean, what better combination is that? So
Yeah. And I'm trying to make sure that I incorporate, because I grew up listening to all genres. I played the piano, classic music, rock music, played in jazz band, preferred R&B and hip hop, but loved alternative rock and classic rock. A little Bruce Springsteen. Everything, man. So I've been around, man, and I love all forms of music, whether it be gospel or what do they call it? You got gospel, or you got not spiritual, but but anyway, just trying to relate them on all fronts, is something that's my goal, so that people have a better understanding. But whereas you say you do the same, brother, just keep up what you're doing, because truth be told, you're not like so many of them, because you talk about a wide range of brands, fragrance styles, and whatnot. Not only that, you give honest reviews, and the way and your take on them is definitely one that is different, and that is honest, and it's pure, and it's based on your example, which is something that is lost as this space becomes more and more saturated with just copy paste, quick clone video reviewers. So I say, hey, don't put me on no pedestal, don't put me anywhere above you. You keep doing yours, because a lot of your reviews and everybody else's inspires me to find my own way through here, which is what y'all have been doing. So that's it, man. You do what works best for you, and in time it'll probably evolve. I've seen too many reviews evolve, and that's what I hope and look forward to seeing, man, for sure.
appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Of course, man. But hey, man, appreciate the time that you set aside to come on here with us. Curtis, got to ask you, is there anything else that you have to tell the people that are tuning in, or the people that are going to come back and watch the replay and whatnot?
I just want to say, thank you guys for the support in the community. Like, I think that's probably been the best reward out of this whole experience, and starting a YouTube channel has been like the relationships and the connections that I've been able to build, in this space. And it's one of those things. It's like, I'm kind of the fragrance nerdy guy here in Japan. So when you can, be able to relate to the nerdiness, those are the types of connections and things that I've really, really enjoyed building in this space. So yeah, please, I look forward to to chatting it up with you guys. And if you guys ever come to Japan, like hit me up. We will meet up. I've met up with a few people so far in Japan, which has been nice. So yeah, feel free and hit me up. And I look forward to building those relationships. So thank you guys.
Man, definitely, definitely. Well, again, Curtis, like I said, I appreciate you for coming up. Appreciate your time and everything. What I'm gonna do real
Likewise.
quick is I'm gonna go ahead and put you in the back. All right, I'm gonna put you in the back chat real quick, and I will be right back with you. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
All right, man. Give me
Thank
one
you
moment.
guys.
Of course. All right, y'all. Well, hey, appreciate y'all for coming on out, man, and joining us. It's been a couple of hours. I was hoping to get done in an hour, maybe hour and a half or whatnot, but as I always say, I appreciate y'all for being here. Could have chose to be anywhere but here, but you came and you spent some time with your boy. Got a chance to learn a little bit about Curtis Knows and everything, my guy Curtis, and hopefully you'll go over there, enjoy some of his content, like, share, subscribe to him as well, because a lot of people don't know, but he was already a part of the community. Like I said, been doing interviews with Charm and Tazo. So, just want to get some more eyes on him because his content is really good. Man, he's got that ASMR voice, real calm, subtle, my man, but he has a great nose. He has a great nose for picking up things and describing it. At this point, I'm trying to get to his level of being able to convey my thoughts into words as far as what I'm picking up. And shout out to him, man. But give him a follow. Go over there, like some of his content, listen to it, and share it with somebody that might be interested in hearing what him or me have to say. All right. But with all that being said, y'all, man, I appreciate y'all for coming out again. Y'all have a blessed evening. Appreciate y'all for coming to this Sunday fun day, building the community with Gemz Day, chopping it up with Gemz. But again, let every sip be a sip of inspiration, and let every sniff lead to a new discovery, y'all. Appreciate y'all for taking time. Love y'all. Y'all have a blessed Sunday. Enjoy the rest of it for sure. Because I know it ain't necessarily for some of us it's over. It's 9 o'clock my time, but hey, for those who's not, hey, enjoy. Other than that, y'all have a blessed night. I'll holler.